All righty, good people. I believe that I am actually live here on YouTube. I am actually updating this information now to have it live as well on Facebook. You probably see that happening on the screen right now, which is okie dokie. This is how I'm actually having one recording go live on two platforms. Eventually, I'll get around to showing you guys how to do that. So let's see if I have all of this here correct. Let me go over here and grab the title for that because I do want everything to match up. Let me copy that. Let's drop that down here. And let's select to go live here on Facebook as well. So if you guys are catching me live here on YouTube, while this is actually getting ready to go live here on Facebook, I appreciate your time on today. I'm excited to have you here on Teacher Tuesday with myself, Martina Britt Yelverton, the Brand Master. Let's see if I can get a couple of my other screens up here and operating, ensure that my volume is silent on my other platforms. Make sure that I can see the comments and ensuring that I am live on my multiple platforms. And then additionally, I'm going to ensure that I share to my other platforms as well. So just bear with me here and let me get that crucially important step done so that all of my platforms are able to be seen. I appreciate your time on today. And I'm really excited because I do have the other youth lifestyle trainee that has said yes, he will join us today. So you guys got an opportunity this past weekend this past week to hear from the initial youth lifestyle trainee, Genesis Elizabeth Yelverton, which was exciting. She had a great time talking with you guys, and I actually asked whether or not Julian would join us today, and he said yes. He will definitely grace us with his appearance, so that is exciting. So today, guys, we are actually going to be talking about how to hire your kids, how to write off your grocery bill, how to keep an extra $12,400 in your household per year. So, definitely get excited. Grab your pen, grab your paper, get ready to get this good because I promise you, you do not want to miss this information. I have one more place to share it to, and then I will be all of yours. So I've gotten it shared there. And let's see if I can open this up one more time here on the large screen. I'm on a different device, so that's why you don't see anything happening on the screen. But I just want to make sure that I have this shared in multiple places, making sure that everyone can get this. So I will jump start this in just one moment. I have one last place to share it. Paste and post. And hopefully I have my screens up so everyone can see it. So again, if you are not available to hop on Facebook, please take the opportunity to hop up on YouTube so you can grab this. Good. My screen should change momentarily and you should actually be able to see the slideshow presentation. Hopefully my volume is good and everyone can hear me okay. Let me drop my sound here on my MacBook. Let me make sure. Okay, great. So you can hear me on Facebook. And I was able to see that you could hear me on YouTube. So just checking all my devices and making sure that my sound is good, that the visual is good, and everyone can receive a clear visual application of this wealth strategy. Okay. So welcome to the Youth Lifestyle Training Secrets Revealed live overview. What I'm doing is peeling back the curtains and allowing you to see some of these extremely important secrets available inside a strategy called Youth Lifestyle Training. Okay. So I want to make sure that you understand the reason why you are here. Probably you saw a post go up either on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. I put the post up to let people know that I am giving you some good because right now we have our kids home with us because wherever you are chiming in your neck of the woods, schools are probably closed. Mine were already out on track out for their spring break. And boom, here we are now. We have schools are closed, so they're home even longer. So what does that mean for those of us who are at home? We are home and we're getting eaten out of house and home. The water bill is going up. The electric bill is going up. The gas bill is probably going up because it's time. You have to get out of the house at some point. You have to drive around at some point to kind of refresh yourself and get your mind back right so you can be a good, active, vibrant, exciting parent. Okay. So more than likely your gas is going up as well. And so I'm trying to help you guys understand a wealth strategy that you probably have not heard about. It is literally, legally, ethically, and morally a sound wealth strategy that you can actually use to write off things like your kids sports activity. Even though right now a lot of sporting activities have been closed. Okay, you can use it to write off your kids' curriculum. You have kids that are actually being educated now through webinars and from home. You probably didn't know you could write that bill off. You are now having an increased water bill or electric bill or grocery bill. And I'm about to show you how you can legally write that off on your taxes, because before there's no way you could write that off. You could not write off your groceries in a business until now. And I'm going to show you how you can do that. Okay. So very first thing I want to do before we jump right into this wealth strategy, it gives you a little bit of information about who I am and why you should listen to me. Okay. Because I need for you guys to know where this has come from. I've done this for many, many, many years, so you don't have to be concerned with the legalities of this and whether or not it will work for you. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of information first, then I'll go further into introducing myself so you can understand why the information I've just given you is important and why you need to continue further, because at the end I'm actually going to discuss some secret sauce with you, give you probably about 3 or 4 of the core strategies where you can begin to implement this right now. So I hope that's good for you. I hope you're ready for that. Let's get into a little bit of housekeeping as I introduce myself. I'm a brand master, and I like to train people on how to do things that will actually allow them to level up. So the first thing that I want to say to you guys is definitely let's shut down all other distractions so that you can hear this information with clarity and actually so that you can begin to implement it right away. I'm going to use every second of my 15 to 30 minutes to give you this information. So if you have other tabs open like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn, let's close those down momentarily so that you can get this information, so that you can get this good. Okay, I need you to close those down temporarily. I need you to grab a notebook. I need to grab a pen, a piece of paper, something so you can jot down these all important notes. Okay, I will offer you a free download at the end where you'll be able to go back and kind of apply some of the things that you have learned. So definitely, again, stick around to the end of that. I wish I could figure out how to turn off the notifications from popping up on this screen. I have not mastered that yet because YouTube is going to show them anyway. I figured out how to stop them on Facebook. Then because YouTube is going to show them anyway, I just left them alone. So don't worry about all that. So let's close any other windows and let's pay attention to why you're here. Okay. The first question that I generally ask when I begin to give this information is I ask, why are you here? Like, what about that post triggered you to hop on this live? What about that post and the information that was in that post triggered you to hop on and grab this information? Why did you just say, oh yeah, I need this. Let me grab a piece of paper, right? What is the reason that you are attending? Why are you taking this time on your lunch break? And I so appreciate your time, but why are you invested in getting this information? And then what do you expect to get from it? What is it that you expect for me to say, for me to give you so that you can download? What is your expected outcome? Because you should never take the time to attend something, view something, go to something, participate in something if you don't already know what you expect to get out of it. So once you determine what you expect to get out of it, ensure that you get that. Okay. What I'm going to deliver to you today are 3 points of value. This is what you can expect that I know for sure that I can give you. I'm going to give you the 5 W's of Youth Lifestyle Training, and I'm going to give you a bonus, okay? I'm going to give you evidence of this wealth strategy in action, okay? I'm going to help you understand at the very end how you can get your own Youth Lifestyle Training wealth strategy. So there are 3 points of value. However, there is so much more that is involved, okay? Additionally, I'm going to ask you, if I fulfill my promise to give you these valuable assets, will you fulfill your promise to me? And you're probably going, I didn't hop on this webinar to give you a promise. I don't even know what this is that you're talking about. Simplistically, guys, I'm just asking that you give me your feedback. That if you do implement this wealth strategy, that you give me your testimony, that you kind of say how it's working for you. And I'm asking, is it okay that when I do give you that valuable asset, if you will keep your promise, okay, and give me that testimony, is it okay that I make you an offer at the end? Because not only do I want you to get the free download that will be offered, not only am I asking that you do get this information and that you find value in it, but I'm also asking that you actually walk through the process and implement this wealth strategy, okay? And if you can do that, you'll be all the better for this, okay? So as I said, why am I qualified to give you this information? Okay, my name is Martina Britt Yelverton, and I am a brand master. I'm a cash flow queen. I'm an income strategist. I'm a Google My Business educator, and I am an ambassador with the Knightdale Chamber of Commerce. My daily goal is to brand you, to educate you, and to help you leave a legacy. Okay, I'm your go-to girl for simplified graphics that you can actually manage yourself. And with my 12-year history helping churches and ministries, startups, small corporations, home-based business owners, and most recently in the last 4 years, I've been able to assist MLM industry reps, associates, independent business owners, so many different people understand a lot of aspects. So if you are on here and you're actually watching this information and I've been able to assist you with your brand, helping you get branded, I would love if you could drop a comment that says, I got branded by the Brand Master. That would be superb. If I were able to help you with a logo design, help you with business card designs, help you with your domain setup, help you with any branding materials, definitely drop a comment that says, I got branded by the Brand Master. I would greatly appreciate that, because a lot of people don't realize that they need to be branded. They don't realize that they need to be branded, because even though they are working a full-time job or they have some amazing side hustles, people won't take you professionally, positively. They still take you personally, and they don't realize that you are a professional until they see a consistent brand going out. So that is what I am available to help you with. So if you struggle, you've not known what a brand is, you've not known how you were able to get branded, how you will be able to get branded, you have not implemented any type of techniques to help grow your brand, to expand your brand, to excel your brand, then now is the time where you are available to do that. I help people who want help, and I can help you. So if you're in need of the help that I've been blessed to offer, have a look around and grab what you need at bit.ly/BrandMaster Blueprints. That's bit.ly/BrandMaster Blueprints. One more time, bit.ly/BrandMaster Blueprints. You're available to find some freebies, some low cost, some intermediate pricing, and some high-end pricing for what you need. Again, if you struggle to get branded, then you probably want to implement some of these simplified techniques that I'm going to talk about today, even dealing with youth lifestyle training, because you need to know how to grow what it is that you're currently doing. However, it takes consistency. So if you are not willing to first learn a simplified technique like what I'm going to show you today, and then implement it and continue to use it, this will not work for you. So don't waste your time. It's something that neither one of us can get back. However, if you're wanting to grow your brand, get found on Google, get paid daily, write off your grocery bill, understand how you can take your everyday expenses, convert them to business expenses, write off your kids, hire your kids and write them off, regardless of your company, your product, your niche, your service, or your knowledge base, then let's jump right into this, okay? I am here for you. I'm a team player. I'm an educator. And again, I want to help you. So is this for everybody? Yes and no. If you are in need of additional income, if you have a child between the age of 7 and 17, if you seriously want to learn how to create an additional income legally, then yes, this is for you. If none of those apply to you, do you know someone that you would be able to assist with this? Then you need to share this with them. You need to tag them in this. Somehow you need to get them this information, because right now we are in some pretty peculiar times. And we're going to need additional income that we are available to earn because people are being taken off their jobs temporarily. They're not able to drive income into their home based on what they know. So they're going to need some different tactics, some different techniques. And this is one of them that you can apply in your home right now, online, offline as well, okay? The problem is you don't know who, why, where, when, or even what youth lifestyle training is. So let's talk about that, okay? Most times when you don't know what something is, you can't implement it. So let me give you clarity on what youth lifestyle training is. It's a wealth strategy. It's a legal, ethical, moral. I'm telling you guys, it is in the IRS laws. It is a legacy builder. It's a generation proof. And honestly, it's a directive from God. Somewhere in there, you know, it says for you to leave a legacy for the generations to come, for your children's children. It tells you in the word to do that. And if that is not your belief, my apologies. Psych, not my apologies. If that is not your belief, I suggest you respect my belief just like I respect your belief. But understand, even in your heart of hearts, when you leave here, you would love to be able to give to the generation that's coming after you, whether you want to follow it as a directive or whether you just want to go with your moral fortitude. You yourself want to leave something to help those that are coming after you, right? That's just a heart thing. That doesn't necessarily have to be a word thing. That's just a heart thing. And if you understand that you can do that right now as a wealth strategy and you can help yourself right now in your day-to-day expenses, win-win. Okay. Did you know that for the tax year 2020, any child under the age of 18 can earn up to $12,400 or more working in your business before any taxes ever have to be paid on that income? Lots of people don't realize they can write off over $12,000 in their income right now. And if they were to realize that and they were to implement the wealth strategy, win, win, win. Okay. Why would you want to do this? Right now, my kids are eating us out of house and home. Okay. And they're not even that hungry. If you go through what they do on a regular daily basis, they get up in the morning. Most times they wouldn't want breakfast. But now that we're home, they get up, they want breakfast, a snack, lunch, a snack, dinner, a snack, and then they want dessert. Okay. They're expensive. Kids are expensive. And if you could figure out a way to write off that grocery bill, why wouldn't you? Right? When I said I was going to give you factual evidence, what you're looking at here on the screen is something that I've implemented forever. These are my two youngest youth lifestyle trainees. I have two grown men that actually went through this curriculum as they're 26 and 21 right now. Am I saying that right? 26 and 22 right now at the end of this year. Okay. They went through this as little people as well. And I didn't even know that's what it was called. Okay. To give you a little back history on me, I have two grown and two in the home with me now, children that literally have been mine most of my life, married and divorced, married and separated, all of that good stuff. But most of the time, they worked with me. When I was in corporate America, they worked with me. They were on the job with me. They did things at my W-2 job with me, at my W-4 job, whichever way you want to refer to it. They were with me, right? And I had a side hustle, not quite yet a business as of yet. They worked with me. We didn't do after school care. They came back to work with me if I needed for that to happen. So by the time that number doubled from 2 to 4, due to me believing that it was okay for me to leave corporate America and that at the time my husband would take care of the household while I took care of the house, or flip it around. He would take care of the house while I took care of the household. All of that came crashing down at some point. And due to domestic violence, I'm a survivor. Hello, hallelujah, amen. That situation prompted me to say, hey, you are blessed. You have gifts and talents. You don't need to go back and get a corporate job. You can do this on your own. That was back in 2008. I have not worked a corporate job since 2005. My gifts and talents have made room for me and all 4 of my kids. Yes, it's been hard. Yes, there have been some ups and downs. However, 4 years ago, I was with an amazing company that taught me I could hire my kids in business with me and write it off in my business. Mind you, I said 4 years ago. I've been running this business since 2008. There are many, many years in there, guys, that I did not know, implement, or even understand this wealth strategy. But now that I do, I'm ensuring that everyone knows about it. Why? Because kids are expenses. Do you know how much money I missed that I could have been writing off in my business? But I had no idea. Again, when? At any time. At any time. I like to say as soon as you push them jokers out. But I'll get to the legalities of 7 to 17 that the law requires. But I'm telling you, this is something that you should have started way back when. Have you done something that is needed in your child's education right now? Right now in the school system, they have pulled what we grew up on, which was a curriculum-based education that dealt with everyday life. Kids are not learning full-blown how to learn financial information in school. You can teach them that at home. They're not learning things like how to do domestic work, like pumping gas, like the proper way to place groceries on a conveyor belt. That's what you see here. I was getting ready to get over into it. They're not even learning proper cleaning instructions in school. You have to teach those things at home. So that is needed value that you have actually implemented in their lives. And you could actually be writing off your home-based curriculum in your home-based business. Okay. Marketing. What you see here are one of my business partners, Mr. Vane Baker's daughter, my two little people. In the bottom picture, you see Kirk Willer's kids from our K&K Legacy side hustle business, right? They're marketing. All of these guys are marketing, right? If you're going to wear a clothing line, why not wear something that you yourself design? All of our kids right now are designing items that they will actually be wearing that they have designed, and they will have their own store on my store site to begin their own businesses. Here at, how old is Michaela, Jen? Like 11? Oh, yeah. Okay, so you have ranging from 10, 11 years old all the way up to Chase, who is 14, 15, like Julian. Guys, where could you be right now had your parents helped you start your own business at the age of 10 or 11 years old? Right? When? Right now. And not just right now for you, but right now for your little people. Okay? Where? Every single where you can think of that you currently offer value. Stop devaluing yourself. Right now, my kids know that if I say, hey, y'all got food for the next 3 days, I need to know what we need to buy from the store. I need to know what you're going to prepare. I need one to prepare on this day, one to prepare on this day. And they know that means that they need to come up with 2 to 3 meals for the entire day, ingredients including the time they're going to cook it, from A to Z. And because I've been training them for so many years, they are available to do that. So in the kitchen is one place you're probably devaluing what you know, what you're teaching them, what you're showing them. If you have a home-based business, you're probably devaluing what you know, what you're teaching your kids, what you're showing your kids. And if they are helping you set up, break down, host webinars, have profit parties, have home meetings, and they're assisting you, you are missing the opportunity to write off that expense, that wage, that service. You're missing the opportunity to write it off in your business. And again, who can implement this strategy? Anyone with a non-adult child in their home age 7 to 17. And yes, even a newborn up to age 7, but it's most important that you contact your CPA or your tax professional with regards to this particular age bracket, because there are some other stipulations that are involved. However, like I said, on the post that you probably saw this on, my 9-year-old daughter was handling the receipts for our business. By 9 years old, their schooling education has taught them chronologically how to put things in order. You can show them where on every receipt is the date, the vendor, and then you can tell them, write whoever you met with's name on it. If you don't do it while you're out, and I'm telling you, sometimes my kids will say, hey, I need the phone. Or if they have their phone, they haven't lost their phone for whatever privileges, they know that they can open up the software that we utilize, take a picture of that receipt and go ahead and capture that then. These are things that you actually can have your children doing right now. Who teaches a child how to pump gas? Who teaches a child when you pull up to the gas pump that you need to do what? Open the gas tank first. Because, and I talked about this on the last time, when you actually swipe the card, pull the card out, and actually flip the lever to start the gas, if you turn around and you haven't even opened the pump, you're limited on your hand space now to be able to open the pump. If you return that pump back to the tank, that could be an accidental charge on your card. So if you don't teach your child properly when you pull up to the tank, and I also teach my kids always be watching the surroundings. While we're pumping the gas, we're still watching the vehicle and we're watching some of the other foolish folks that are at the gas tank. Because I've seen people get out with a cigarette and pump gas. I'm like, are you crazy? We will pull away so quick. We will stop pumping our gas so quick if we see that type of foolishness going on. But these are things that you are probably devaluing your knowledge of, that you know that you're teaching your kids. Okay? And this is a wealth strategy you could be implementing if you had a home-based business. If you're hosting webinars, if you're having events and your children are assisting you, this is my son putting together the packets for an event, several events, right? What goes on inside of your home-based business that your kids are probably helping you with? This is an area you could be writing off in your business, okay? So I've given you the 5 W's. You can come in and have a seat. I'm getting ready to ask you a couple questions. I've given you the 5 W's, okay? I'm going to ask a couple of questions here of one of my youth lifestyle trainees. Like I said, if you go back and catch last week's Teach You Tuesday, on last week I had Genesis and she was available to come in. Julian, you're going to come over here? Mm-hmm. All right. Genesis was available on last week and I said I'd bring Julian in. He's my introvert. So we'll see if he's going to be able to answer a few things on today, to help you guys understand his perspective as the youth lifestyle trainee that works in my business with me. So in summary, we're going to talk about what it is, maybe why he does it, and who, if he remembers, who is available to do it. And then maybe he'll give you some examples of what it is that he does. So today I'm introducing my son, Julian Dean Yelverton. Like I said, you have to go back and catch last week's Teach You Tuesday in case I don't get a chance to get Jen on here today. But Julian, what do you understand youth lifestyle training is? First, say hey to everybody.
Hello.
And you guys let me know whether or not you can hear him. I have a headset on and he's sitting beside me on today. So let me know whether or not you can hear him. And if you cannot hear him, put a couple of the sad faces up so I'll let him know that he can talk a little bit louder. So Julian, what do you think youth lifestyle training is?
It's a way to get
Julian, you're going to have to speak up.
It's a way to make money inside your home while also writing off normal everyday things that you do.
And what would some of those normal everyday things that we do that I have, I guess, taught you that you can write off in the business?
Receipts.
Receipts? Receipts for what?
Grocery shopping, gas.
Grocery shopping, expenses. Traveling expenses. So what can you tell the people about traveling expenses that we were able to write off? I don't know. Do you need to ask your sister to throw you a safety net?
No, I'm thinking of one thing. We went to the what's this called last time?
Yeah, they're giving sad faces, so you're gonna need to speak up a little. When
louder. When we were at the hotel in your thing at your event.
Mm-hmm. So we were able to write off the hotel. Mm-hmm. Okay. How did we get to wherever we went?
We drove.
That's one time we drove. Another time, what did we do?
Took a flight.
We flew. Were we able to write off the flight tickets?
Yes.
And we were able to write off the flight tickets. How? Do you know how we were able to write off the flight tickets?
It's a traveling expense for an event. Mm-hmm.
Travel expense for an event, yes. So why do you think we do that? So that's the what, some of the whats that we were able to do. Why do you think we do this?
So it's easier when your tax returns come in. Mm-hmm. You can you can still I'm not sure, but I think you can write those off too. Mm-hmm. You can write those off too, your tax returns, and then on top of that, it's like easier to do things because you get when you write off your receipts, you get them. You basically remake the money that you spend by writing that off because it's either a business expense or a personal expense.
Right. So who is able to actually utilize the wealth strategy?
Adults that have children.
Say it louder.
Adults that have children.
Do you know the ages?
7 to 17.
7 to 17. Right. So when do we use youth lifestyle training?
In your day-to-day life.
Huh?
In your day-to-day life, like using like during chores when you're like.
But do you actually have chores, or are they called something else?
I don't know.
Responsibilities.
Okay.
They're not called chores because, and I'll tell you guys why I asked that specific question. That's going to be the bonus information that I'm giving you at the end today. So let's get to that in just a moment. When is one of my hashtags always be marketing? So when is anytime, right? Anytime. Where is everywhere, right? Because you can wear your clothes anywhere. You can market anywhere, right? All right. So guys, understand, even as an introvert that he is, and if I had the camera on, he probably would not be sitting here. But because I don't have the camera on, he's feeling a little bit more chatty today, which is good. But we write off, like he said, the groceries, the gas, the flights, the travel. When we go to events, name some of the things that you do at the events as a youth lifestyle training.
Pass out business cards. We help give out the papers to the people. We help give out the papers that will guide you through what you're learning at the event. And then,
what do you do outside of the event for me while generally I'm inside the event hosting the workshop or whatever? What are you usually outside of it doing? Making sales of products, right? Because I have products. I have business cards, I have postcards, I have posters or things that help other entrepreneurs who are trying to expand or excel their brand. Normally, I have my kids running the booths or whatever to help bring awareness to marketing. Always be marketing. What are you guys almost always wearing when we're at these events? Always be marketing shirts and gear. So my kids are there and they are helping. Not only are they helping, but they're always marketing other aspects of the business. Okay. So if you guys have a home-based business, or even if you have a brick and mortar business, notice what other cultures do. They bring their children into the fold and they teach them the business. They raise them inside of the business. If you're not doing that, you're losing money because they're home with you right now anyway. So you should be doing that. Okay. So sit right here just for a moment. I may ask you another question. So bottom line, the solution is increase, right? You want to make sure that you're educating your kids on ways that they can actually make money from home. You're educating them on what they need to learn because the school curriculum is missing a lot of valuable assets that you actually implement inside your home. Because you're actually with your kids, you can actually use that time to work with them. That can be considered family time depending on what it is that you're doing. In addition to that, you're controlling their exposure. You're teaching them finances, which they are not teaching in schools today. Bottom line, youth lifestyle training is the answer to a way to drive additional revenue into your home. Not only can you use it, but you can teach it, you can educate others, and you can charge for it. Okay. So I'll ask this question and you guys can drop your comments here inside of the comment area if you'd like. The question is, did I fulfill my promise? Have I given you the 5 W's? And you're going to get the bonus in just a moment. But have I fulfilled my promise to give you access to valuable information, right? Did you get what you came for? Is any of the information that you've received thus far what you expected to get? Did you already know this information? And if so, are you implementing it? You can drop that comment in there on how you're already implementing this. That would be great for others to see that this is not a fly-by-night thing. This is very, very unknown. And it is very, very lucrative if done right. Okay. And my question that I said I would additionally ask is if I could offer you the how. Okay. So in offering you the how, I'm going to give you access if you choose to register for the full-blown live webinar event. Now, this is where I'm going to obviously go through the overview again, but I'm going to break down more information that is available inside of the ebook. So when you actually go to offer.youthLifestyletraining.com, what you're going to receive is the option to sign up for the webinar. In addition to the webinar, you're going to receive access to the ebook. Inside of the ebook, that's going to give you the breakdown. It's going to give you back history on the story. It's going to give you the checklist. It's going to give you more information that you need. All right. One of the things it's going to give you is the how this is done. It's going to give you an example checklist, a trigger sheet, and agreements. It's going to give you some actual curriculum if you choose to run this as a curriculum. That's optional. It's going to give you actual workshop if you choose to host a workshop and tell other people how they can do this. You'll have one-on-one consultation time with me, and you'll have access to the next group that is being created, okay? In addition to that, I skipped the screen here somehow. We'll get to the questions in just a minute. Inside of that checklist, I want to give you a little bit more of what's going to be on there. It's going to tell you the agreement options that you need. It's going to tell you what the government requires. Did you know that the government only requires 3 things for you to literally operate a business? That's that you actually operate that business in pursuit of a profit. Secondarily, that you actually operate that business consistently and regularly. And third, that you keep good records, right? So one of the ways that you keep good records is that you have a checking and a debit account separate from yourself for your child. Julian, do you have your own checking account?
Yes.
Do you have your own savings account?
Yes.
Do you have your own debit card?
Yes.
Do you make purchases using your debit card that have nothing to do with my debit card?
Yes.
Do you get paid wages on that debit card?
Yes.
I hope you guys can hear him. There is information that you don't know that you need to have in place to actually operate this wealth strategy legally, ethically, and morally. In addition to that, you probably don't know what it is that you can actually hire your kid to do. So there's a trigger sheet in there. Inside of this trigger sheet, it tells you the advertising and marketing options that you have. Inside of your home, if you have a home-based office, which you should, what you could be having them assist you with as far as cleaning and even computer assistance, okay? Internet hosting services, that because this is a home-based business, you actually do things online. So your internet is a write-off. Office expenses and your equipment, the MacBooks, the cell phones, the home-based computers, all of this is a write-off. And additionally, social media, training, research, and development. Your kids are available to run your social media platforms if you teach them how. You can't be on all platforms at all times. You don't even know the ups and downs of some of the platforms, but these kids do. So that is another area that you could be writing off, teaching them how to do something for you in your business. You also need to have an agreement set up with them so that they understand what it is that they're doing, what their general responsibilities and tasks are, and what time it takes, as well as what the wages are. Okay. And again, we literally can come in and we can create a curriculum. If you want to create a curriculum, we can set up, execute, document, show how the wages are paid, and then do this over and over and over and over again. Okay. Again, we do this online in an exclusive group. Right now, I'm trying to shift off of Facebook because not everybody's on Facebook, and set up something inside of an outside platform. We'll get more into that. But until loads and loads and loads of you come in, we'll probably stick with Facebook. Again, you are available to grab this wealth strategy at offer.youthLifestyletraining.com, and you're available to get the entire workbook and access to the actual webinar. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you guys. I hope you get what I am actually putting out. So one other thing I wanted to discuss really quickly was, I said I would give you a couple of the core areas that a lot of people don't realize about this wealth strategy. You cannot just pick any old thing that you're actually going to have a child do in your business if it's not related to your business. If you have a home-based financial education business, then washing the tires on your vehicle, if everything that you do for that business is solely home-based, solely online, washing your vehicle is not going to fly when it comes to the keeping good records part of your business. Okay. if they don't actually do the work, meaning if they don't actually file the paperwork, if they don't actually put together the packets, if they don't actually show up at the event with you and support you in passing things out, helping you set up and break down, you cannot write off their time. You cannot pay them. If they don't actually understand a platform like LinkedIn or Twitter, a 5-year-old cannot understand a Twitter because they can't even read the words. So you cannot pay your 5-year-old to run your social media platform because they are not capable of doing the work. Okay. And also, you can't pay your 14-year-old child $1,000 a month to run social media if they're only running one platform for 5 minutes a day. Okay, that is literally not reasonable. Anything that you hire your child to do must be reasonable and within a criteria that you would actually pay an agency to do exactly that. Okay, so it must be reasonable. And you must be able to distinguish the difference between an allowance and the actual services that are performed for your businesses. So I've given you 4 nuggets there that actually are inside of the workbook so you can understand some of the do's and some of the don'ts. And we go much, much further into that with the other core the other core areas of the wealth strategy. Additionally, all of the legal requirements to actually implement the strategy. That is available. Now, the free offer, if you'd like to go to youthlifestyletraining.com, it will give you a free accountability tracker for your kid. So right now, if you're trying to track what it is that you're doing in your business yourself, so you can see what areas of that you could apply toward the child, then you definitely want to head over to youthlifestyletraining.com. You're going to drop your email address and you're going to click the button that says send my tracker. Let's see if I can get that to come up. So like I said, you're going to head over to youthlifestyletraining.com. What's going to pop up? I got too many resources going right now. Hold on one second. Let me hit refresh. There we go. What's going to pop up is the actual cover page, the lead page. When this page pops up, you're going to drop down here your email address. This will go away in just a moment. There we go. And once you pop your email address in there, you're going to say send the free accountability tracker. Then you'll go check your email. The tracker will come to you in your email. It will come. It will say thank you for, opting in to get this information. You'll click the button and your tracker will be downloadable in a PDF. Okay. Again, if you're interested in attending the webinar, you can go to offer.youthlifestyletraining.com. When you go to that area, that's going to populate the store site. When the store site pops open, give it just a minute, like I'm doing multiple things. It's going to bring you over here to the store site. When the store site pops open, you're going to add to cart the option to attend the webinar. Okay. You're going to add to cart the option to attend the webinar. Once you add the cart the option to attend the webinar, it's going to trigger me that you've actually purchased it. And then I will go ahead and get the ebook shipped out to you. Okay. In addition to that, I will be able to allow you access to the webinar. I'll take the same email address that you have implemented and I will plug it directly into the actual webinar. Only you and your email address will be able to view from your email address that specific webinar. Okay. So again, if you're interested, you can go option 1 here to grab the checklist forms that will also give you the availability to send the webinar, and you will be able to move forward with your tracking. So if I don't have any questions at this time, I want to go ahead and conclude. I hope that you have seen the value and what it is that I've been able to offer you today with regards to this youth strategy. I hope it makes sense to you. I hope you understand it. And if you popped on late, I do apologize. We're not going to run back through it. Definitely go back to the beginning and watch it again. There's some great nuggets in here. I thank you guys for your time on today. I thank my youth lifestyle trainee, Julian, for attending on today. And again, if you'd like to hear Genesis' take on it, definitely go over to my YouTube training. And when you go over to my YouTube channel, if you'll go to the channel and you'll click the videos button, you will actually go here 6 days ago, you'll see Teach You Tuesday with BrandMaster. And if you'll click to open this one up, This is where I actually had youth lifestyle trainee Genesis on, and we went through this in an overview format, and she was able to give her tidbits there as well. So if you're interested in seeing that training with her, then I suggest you go back and grab that from my YouTube channel. Please take the time to subscribe and follow me. Select the bell on all the platforms so that you'll get notified when I go live. Thank you so much for your time on today. I really appreciate it. To your success, guys. So thank you, Cheryl. So good to see you. You're always coachable, teachable, trainable on my lives and on time. How are you doing, Marcus? Good to see you. I think from Oklahoma. What's going on, Jay Lee? Good to see you again. Always a consistent attendee as well. Yes, you got branded by the BrandMaster. That's right, Cheryl. Tell them. What's going on, Mr. Andre Harris, Mr. Richard Johnson, Miss Renee Rogers, Miss Melanie. So good to see all of you on today and so many others. I'm not going to sit here and just scroll forever, but thank you guys so much for popping on live. I know people are watching from other platforms as well. Because I shared it out to other places, and I see some of you guys have shared it as well. So just thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's Watch Me Work Wednesday. I'll be on tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern Standard Times, and I'll be probably working on the Youth Lifestyle Training Workbook. I haven't decided what I'm going to actually go live and work on tomorrow, but I'm excited to see you all. Thank you again for your time. We'll talk soon. You want to say goodbye to the people?
Bye.
Goodbye. Jen, you want to say goodbye to the people?
Adios.
I'll talk to you guys. So he's an avocado.
It sounded like avocado.